Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Coach Bronson, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the process of getting into a program, especially if you're a beginner and you haven't done something in the past. This works the same. This is going to work for someone who may have done stuff in the past and took a break for whatever reason. I know for me, I was very fit and active when I was younger. As I got older and kind of got sidetracked with life, I got out of it. I got out of shape. I got unhealthy, and I had to figure out how to get back into something. So a lot of lessons learned, a lot of trial and error about different things, and everyone's coming from a different place. So I wanted to give you some tips on some things you can do mentally, as well as some actual tactile things you can start doing day to day to get yourself into a routine, get yourself moving forward to improve your health and your quality of life. Okay. So as you're getting started, there's a couple of things you need to understand. The first thing, you didn't get where you are right now overnight. You're not going to get where you want to be overnight. You have to get yourself in the mindset that it's going to take time, that you have to take little steps, and that is a process of change that is going to affect many aspects of your life, and you have to be patient and trust the process. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Okay? There are going to be some things that maybe you need to change in your schedule, in your relationships, in how you think about what fitness is and how it affects your life. There are some things that you're going to need to change in your level of activity, the decisions and choices that you make in your food. There's so many different aspects and things that we let ourselves get into that are harmful and have a negative effect on our lifestyle, that we need to take little steps. We can't make big sweeping changes overnight because it won't last. The idea and what we want for you is to be able to make changes that you can build on, be able to make changes that will become natural and part of your lifestyle so that you don't have to think about them. They don't become such a focus in your life that that's all you're thinking about, and you're losing the quality of life that you're looking for because you're focused on all these other things, right? If you're focused on trying to keep everything on track more than you are living your life, you're missing the point where you don't want it to work that way. Little things at a time, lifestyle improvement is what we're looking for. And that happens in small steps. Okay. That being said, the other reason we want you to take small steps is because we want you to have success that you can build on. If you try to take too much of a big chunk out of it at once, the chances of you failing or not being as successful as you wanted to be or expect to be is very much higher. We don't want that. Just like when we're training in fitness or we're doing something in our exercise routine, we don't want to do something that's so hard that we're sore or we get hurt right away, because then we have to take a long break to recover before we can start working out again. We don't want you to do something in your overall lifestyle that you try to change too much, because it could set you back and actually keep you from seeing the success that we want to see for you. So small steps, little goals along the path to the big goal where you want to be is the best way to continue and grow through the process. Okay? Build on and celebrate every little success, because when you're successful in the little things, they add up. It keeps you going. It gives you fuel and motivation to do something else that's little and small, and then you can add on that success. Okay? The second two things kind of go together. That one is get help, and the other one is two things in here. Well, we'll talk about that one in a second. Let's talk about getting help. You are probably not a health and fitness expert. There's a ton of information online that you've probably read, and there's probably a lot of times where you hear and you see and you read conflicting information. How do you know what information is applied to you, and how do you know when to do something, when not to do something, when something is going to work, and how much of something to do? You ask for help. Whether that be asking a professional, which is what I highly recommend doing, asking a professional fitness coach, asking a professional nutritionist, or somebody who is in the field and has the responsibility and the job of being educated on things and learning how to apply all this information to you. Okay? Another way is to find communities and ask questions and hear other people's stories and try experimenting with yourself and seeing how things work. The only trap with that is it's easy to get sidetracked and to start trying a bunch of different things that may or may not be applicable to where you are right now. So keep in mind, getting help, getting some professional advice and guidance is the best way that you can go to save time, save frustration, give yourself the best chance of success. Okay. Along the lines of talking about lifestyle, quality of life, and making changes a little bit at a time, remember that we're trying to build habits. Habits are those things that we do naturally without thinking. Okay. That routine that you have when you get up every morning and you've just done it all the time. Driving to work in the morning, where you are going somewhere else, maybe for dinner that night, and you end up halfway to work because you weren't thinking about what you're doing and your body just kind of went that way. We've all been there. I know I've done it many times. So the things that we establish that we do over and over and over again to the point where our brain just does it without us thinking, that's what we're looking for. It takes small, consistent effort to build those habits. It takes being deliberate and having a goal to build those habits. You have to understand what you're trying to do, apply that action, those sets of actions, whatever it is, meal prepping, going for a walk every day, whatever. Excuse me 1 second while I get my cat to stop playing with toys. Okay, I'm back. Doing those things that will enable you to build. So if you build a habit, you can get that to be part of your routine. You don't have to think about it anymore. Then you can add something else. Going back to what I talked about at the beginning, don't try to add too much at once because it won't work. Okay. The last thing is find a tribe. Find a group, a community that you can associate with, that you can share your stories and you can get stories and feedback and experiences back. It is an amazing aspect of your journey to be able to share and relate to other people that are going through the same things, have the same struggles, have the same challenges, have the same questions, and as well as have the same successes to show you that it is possible for you to do the same thing. It is super hyper important that you find other people that you can associate with who are going through the same thing so you can have the support and the what we call social evidence that it is possible and you can be successful. Okay. So those are 5 things to think about. It's not a marathon. It's a sprint. Celebrate and go for small successes. Get as much help as possible, preferably from a professional, someone who's trained and committed to helping you figure it out for yourself. Build small habits on top of each other and find a tribe. All right. I hope those are 5 things that can help you guys out a lot. As always, please contact me if you have any questions. I love talking. You can find me at BronsonDant72 at Instagram or on Facebook at BronsonDant72. My website is apxts.com. See ya.